Right, hello everybody. Welcome back to episode 2 of Here's the Thing. So, reading books and poems on anything personal growth and development and other topics of that nature is always my go-to. I am always looking for new books to help me grow as a person and learn new ideologies from another person's perspective. And recently I came across this book called Fragmented Her by Sayeda Kader, which is a collection of poems. And there was a poem in there that discussed the topic of a child to mother relationship that kind of sparked me to think about my own relationship with my mom. So here's the thing. I am the youngest of 4 siblings. I have 2 older stepsisters and I have an older full blood brother. And I grew up with a single mother, and later on into my childhood is when my stepdad came into my life. And I think growing up I realized I was super similar to my mom in so many ways, and I think that kind of caused some bumps in the road, but I think that's normal for most mother-daughter relationships. But regardless, she is, and I know she always will be, my biggest supporter. Throughout my life, she provided me the opportunity to do so many different things, and now as a college student at Arizona State University, I live on my own away from her because we live in different states now. And as much as I like to think that I am an adult, I do not have this adulting thing figured out. And I honestly probably haven't gone a single day in college without talking to her. So I wanted to read you guys the quote from the book Fragmented Her that sparked the idea for this week's episode. So the title of the poem is called In My 20s, Still Asking for My Mama. Mama, I need you. Why am I so easy to break? Mama, do you know the answers to my questions? Mama, please hold my hand and walk me through the horrors of what they called life. It's not a beautiful experience like they said it would be. As I got older, I valued the relationship I have with my mom more and more every single day, because I start to see so much of myself in her, and I can see all of the qualities and the traits that she passed on to me. I also recognize all the sacrifices she made for me, which shows me at the end of the day, no matter how old I get, I'm still going to be her child. And I know that once I'm in my 30s and I have my own kids, that she is still always going to be my mom, and I know that she will always be there to turn to when I need anything. So I wanted to do a little bit more research on an actual scientific reason why it's important to have such close relationships with a parental figure in your life. And I found this study done by a doctor where they took parents and kids in their early and later 20s. And right here it says that research concluded that young adults who have distant relationships with parents tend to be less independent into their late 20s. In contrast, young adults who have close relationships with their parents are more independent in their daily lives, more financially self-sufficient, more professionally secure, more likely to be involved in a stable, intimate relationship, and felt more mature. So after reading up on that study a little bit more, I kind of started to think about my own independence and how throughout my life my mom kind of taught me certain things that I didn't know at the time that she was trying to teach me on how to become independent. And I think that being close with my mom gives me the support that I need. She's always told me that if I needed anything or if I was ever in trouble, that she would be there. And I think when you have a close relationship with your parents, either your mom or your dad, it allows you to be more open with them on things that you're struggling with. And I know that it's made me realize that I do need her help, and I do care what she thinks and what she says. She has always been the backbone in my life, for my entire life, honestly. And I know that that isn't gonna change. And our parents are here to teach us. Parents do hold a lot of answers, whether we like to believe that or not, whether we like to think that we're always right. They do hold a lot of answers for the questions we may have about life. So it's not always going to be easy with your parents. You're going to always butt heads, and it's always a bumpy road. But at the end of the day, they love us, we love them, and they provide so much good for us. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. This is your reminder to call your mom. For all my college students living in a dorm or an apartment right now, call your mom because she misses you. And after reading the book, Fragmented Her, I honestly give it a solid 8 out of 10. It covers so many topics on mental health and friendships, relationships with a significant other or a parent, and I think there is something for everyone in this book that could be healing for you, could help with some closure on anything you may be struggling with. So I definitely think you guys should read this collection of poems, and I will chat with you guys next week.